everybody to Homestead Living Alaska. If you are new to our channel, we are a family of 6. We live in the beautiful wilderness here of Alaska, and we live off-grid by choice. So this video is all about what we're doing kind of from our break from our recent winter snowstorm, which we got about probably 1 foot to 1.5 feet of snow. Now we're having a little break from the snow and we've got a bunch of stuff to do. So the first thing we're gonna do is take you guys along with us into the woods to go find a dead spruce tree for some firewood. We've been cooking 100% of our food on our wood stove inside of our cabin to save money from propane and also just to use the natural heat that comes off of the wood stove to help us cook our meals. So one of the things you do need when you cook that way is you need spruce to get the fire hot enough to kind of cook the meat up, sear the meat, sizzle, all of your stuff like that. So we are definitely running low on spruce, so we're gonna head on into the woods. Let's go see what Jeff's doing. Ow! Yeah. Hi, lady.
With the spruce, we like to cut the wood up fairly small. You know, 2.5 by 2.5 is decent size. You know, 2 by 2 little chunks. It really gets your fire going quick. You can layer it in there and cross layer it. It gets your fire going really hot, and that way you can bring your temperature up for what you're trying to cook on top. So we'll do, you know, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, cast iron skillets. We cook brownies in the wood stove. You can fry steaks. You know, whatever you cook on top of the stove, the traditional stove, you can cook on top of a wood stove. So
that is true.
But I think in the future we'd like to get a wood cook stove. We need a trip to lower 48 to stock up on some goods. Yeah, we're just using a basic MS 250. It's a smaller saw. I have my John thread in there. We ordered some parts for it, so we're about to put that back together and get that going. It hasn't ran in 10 years.
Isn't that your dad's saw?
Yeah, it's a 1972.
Nice.
So John thread 70E.
All right, well, let's go get some wood before the snow comes. All right, we're all heading in to find that perfect dead beetle kill spruce tree here. All right, so we've walked back in the woods here a little ways, and I think we have found a tree. Got the whole family in here. Got Brady there. And the rest of us here. So let's see what tree Jeff's thinking here. Did you find a good tree, hun?
Keeping it warm. Like a
right there.
All right. And how do you decide which tree?
Well, it's
looks
I
the
want
best?
the bigger the better,
Right.
and then not fully rotten. That tree is completely dead, and so the state of Alaska would like us to take those out anyways.
Right.
And they make great firewood, especially for starting your fires and and getting your fire going when it's just not getting that heat out you want.
How do you know that the tree is all the way dead?
Well, conifers, I believe, except for like I'm not a big tree guy.
Just real quick, the spruce trees, they're evergreens, so no matter winter or summer, they always stay green. So
That's
when
true.
they don't turn green, you know, at all, with over a year, and that's basic, they're dead.
Right,
when the bark falls off, we could
That's
go up
true,
and
probably
show
true,
you.
Hudson.
The bark
falls off. Okay.
You
Maybe
might
we
hear
can go
my-
up and take a look. I know that, oh my goodness, what is, he just looked like he was like a deer for a quick minute with hoofs. No, the way you were running looked so funny, Hudson. All right. So let's go investigate this tree, and maybe we can show you guys some of the evidence on the tree that does show it's a fully dead tree. All right, Dad, you want to explain how one more tip and then I'll warm up my camera.
So I'll take my chainsaw and I'll trim up these limbs. We'll do a Humboldt right here. We want it to go right towards the tractor. Hudson, do you think that'll hit the tractor?
No.
No?
Ooh. Hopefully not.
No, I reckon it stops right where that pile of snow is right there.
You want
If
to
you want, I can back over and back it up.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah, I
move that
might want to
10
back it
feet.
up for. Okay.
Just don't hit the blower, okay? Anyways, I'll come in on the back side, make my back cut, use some wedges. Got my wedges, got my Sluggo. I got my team.
You have an escape route?
I have my escape route.
Okay.
This trail is
Very
part
important.
of our trail system that we've made on our property.
Right.
This is when we did 800 yards in one afternoon,
Nice.
the kids and I. So it was
Nice.
when we're firing on all cylinders, it's a train. We roll.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, isn't some of the bark coming off that tree there too? That's how
yes, yes. So anyways, yeah, the bark right here is coming off the tree.
Right.
And that's a great sign that the tree is dead.
Okay.
See?
Oh yeah.
But also, the beetles really hit this area really hard. So that's a decent tree to get some boards out of.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what it looks like when we cut into it. But that
Okay.
part of that might, 12 feet of that might go on the mill.
Outside siding.
Yeah. For
Okay.
lap siding for the outside.
Nice.
So we're excited about
All
that
right.
too. So you might be surprised there. So I'll get going. See if
Okay.
this will start. It's 8 degrees.
If it starts at 8 degrees.
See if it'll start. I like to work the piston a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Yeah, and this is sometimes what starts happening. It's just so cold.
It was out of gas when I just put gas in it.
A little bit. It says it has muscle.
It's got like built-in ice.
Got our
Base of it.
shovel, so instead of running back to the shed, we're just hand doing them. The snow's settling out to about 10 inches. We had about 14, 16 the other day on the ground. And it settles, it compacts. And when it gets cold, it shrinks. And it makes great, trail making material, basically. So those viewers that want to be, off grid or whatever, or live remote, or if you're going to be using your property in the wintertime, you could tell a couple days ago the snow was 30 degrees out, 33 degrees out, and it was soggy. This morning it was 8.
Yeah.
And you can hear it in the...
Yep.
Right. Like where Hudson is standing on a mound right now.
Good example.
That
Couldn't do
was-
that at low or higher degree temperatures.
Very
Like,
true.
No, at 30 you would just...
Very
sink
true.
right through. Oh yeah.
It's
Very
gotta be quite
true.
cold for me to stand on snow.
Yeah.
That's
and
a good
so
point.
when you start packing your trails,
Yep.
this stuff you can drive on it. Like you could
That's
drive a
true.
Toyota pickup on it, a little, your four-wheelers. There becomes a point where there's too much snow for your tires, and you need tracks. Or you
That's
need
very
some
true.
dozer claws or whatever.
That's a good.
But
That's a
anyways,
good tip.
Yeah, so this is starting to lock up pretty good,
Right.
and so we'll just keep accessing our 160 acres. Keep
That's a
making
good
roads
tip.
through here through the winter.
It's a
Through
good
winter
tip.
roads.
I like it. You guys, go follow Dad over there.
Me?
Just go over there, Lily. Nice, Lily. Hello,
Welcome to Homestead,
Hudson!
Where
I better pay
we
attention.
pick logs.
Yes, yeah. Riley's on a table. All right, it's about 4:30 and Jeff dropped the tree, limbed it, and pulled it out with his tractor here.
It's a little tight back in there where the trees are real thick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I had if I was dragging the logs from behind the tractor,
Oh, yeah.
it'd be a
Would have
lot
been
more
better.
maneuverable.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't really pull on the blower, so I just kind of nursed them out of there.
You did good. You had good helpers too.
Yes, good lookout
Yeah, we
too,
did
and
just so much.
my
They had-
spotters.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was better than expected.
Should have seen Hudson kicking the logs around the shelter logic.
I saw that. There were a lot of people.
Got some nice spruce here. And we'll lop that up real small for our wood cook stove cooking. Got a nice sunset going on.
Yeah,
Very nice.
it's beautiful out.
It's pretty nice.
What do you think? Maybe 15?
10 to 15 probably.
Yeah.
Very good.
So anything under 10 starts to get a little, I don't know, takes a little getting used to.
Oh yeah. The phones start to die. Knock knock. All right, so he's brought these to the doorstep. Hand me back up. And now we're going to move these inside of the cabin. Nice. And these are the birch siding boards we're going to bring them in so they can dry before we put the Varathane on them. How many boards do we think that this first wall is going to take?
20 boards.
20 boards, okay.
These behind the door now.
This is the wall we're going to do first with our siding. All right, so they're working as a team here to bring the boards in. So they can, the boards in so they can dry and warm up a little before staining.
Yeah, we're acclimating the wood, as they would call it, I think. So we'll keep it inside for a few days. Let the wood heat pull out any extra moisture. We'll knock the sawdust off these. Maybe give them a light sand with some 200. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know about these boards, though, right? They've been milled from our property here.
These have been milled off our property. These are birch trees that we took down for part of our clearing requirement. Now we're going to put birch lap siding on the inside of our cabin.
Very
We're
nice.
excited about the siding.
Yes.
Very exciting.
All right. And on the chore list for today, Jeff is back in our woods blowing out one of our access trails that we're working on here. So we're gonna go find Jeff. I hear him. He's somewhere back in here. All right. What you doing in here?
Well, hey, Mom. So we're clearing the trails on our property that connect some ridges. So we have some summertime trails that we use with the four-wheeler. and the tractor. And now we're just kind of blowing them open with the snow blower for wintertime use. I think we've gone about 300 yards, 400 yards so far. This one trail that we're working on is 800 yards long. We're just making trails on the property, and then those trails will turn into small little roads for the tractor, and eventually you'll be able to access everything on the property with trails and small roads. Nice. So we're just kind of keeping them open. Wintertime, you want to have as much room open as possible. Otherwise, you're just kind of confined to your house and your driveway. And you think, oh, I got this is fine, but halfway through the winter, you're like, man, I need some elbow room. Yeah. So we've learned to just kind of try to keep our trails open. Brady was out packing some other trails with the snow machine today. So, and we also, we want to harvest some spruce out of these woods here. They're beetle kill, so they're dead, but they're not like so far gone that they're rotten. And we want to make some D-logs and some lap siding for the outside of the cabin. Right. The kids are working on the inside siding right now, and so we're out here clearing trails. Mom's losing the light. I call my wife Mom because everybody calls my wife Sarah Mom. It's just how it is. So if you want coffee, it's Mom.
Everything's
Food's
Mom.
I'm hurt, Mom.
I don't feel well, Mom.
Where's Mom? I have a headache, Mom.
Yep. It's true. All right, and we have also been working on our inside siding. We're finally putting up our birch siding boards. So we're going up the wall here. This is about a 10-foot wall. We're probably about halfway up so far on one wall. And
we'll go in and use the punches, a punch that a viewer sent us.
Yes.
So we'll sink all these finish nails. And then maybe putty over the top.
Right.
So yeah.
It was very nice of her. So actually it's the same viewer that sent us the apple seeds that now we have a little apple tree growing.
We germinated a apple seed or some apple seeds, and 2 took off out of, I don't know, I think there was 12 or so seeds. But we got 2 trees to take. Yep. 2 starts, but one for some reason just didn't like the soil it was in or something, and it just, I don't know if a grub got to the root or what, but anyways, that's the one that survived. Right. We have it inside. We have the other apple trees inside also. That is true. It was probably, 0 last night out there, so. Yep. But eventually these trees will go in the ground, and then we'll bed them real good. Maybe wrap some greenhouse plastic around and make them little greenhouses for them. Right. So it's just keep that really, really cold off them. Definitely. And then the frost. Yes. And then we decided not to stain the boards, correct? We just ran into too many troubles with the temperature. It was too cold to really get anything, to get the Varathane to set. So what we're doing is just putting the siding up this June. We'll do a real quick light sand over the boards, and then we'll Varathane, and we'll just stay out of the house for a couple days. Right. And we'll just do it all in one sweep. It's more of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is, and we have to get siding up. We have to keep moving forward. That is true. So a little more inconvenient, but that's okay. We're really happy with the siding. Yeah, it looks real nice. These are trees that came off our property that we had to clear anyways. And we milled these trees. We put the groove in with the router table, and we're putting them up. So they're coming out pretty darn nice. They are. Looks real good. So we're just going to keep working on this, but we wanted to show you guys an update of the progress of the inside siding.
And then they've got their outside workstation right out there where they cut the boards to length and then they just bring them inside the cabin there. So figuring out a way to work in 0 degrees. Go, Lily, go.
Well done. How's that window still looking like?
Good.
So for these 15 gauge nails, we have a nail set. Actually, a viewer of ours sent these to us. She knew that we'd be using these types of nails. We didn't end up hand nailing it. We're using a gun. But anyways, we're using 2.5 inch, no, 2 inch? Yeah, 2 inch Bosch 15 gauge nails, finish nails. And we want to countersink them a little bit. And so that's what we're doing right now. Well, we're starting to. But thank you so much. And
Yeah.
she knows who she is, but I think she just doesn't like to, she just likes to send us stuff. So thank you.
Yeah,
we sure
we're gonna
appreciate
use
it. I'm assuming we'll start off with the small one, yeah?
Okay.
1/32.
Nice.
So yeah,
There we
thank
go.
you again.
Yes, thank you. We are
And-
using these.
Here we go. See?
Oh, nice.
Sinks it in there, and then you can put a little putty in there. Color match putty.
Uh-huh.
Varathane over the top. All this is just, this needs to get all furred out. You won't see any of this. We'll put new hinges on, paint the door. It'll actually turn out pretty nice. Okay, this is the measuring stick,
Snow stick.
snow stick that we're going to be using to measure snow with. See how high it gets. We found a fresh patch of snow right here. We're going to be going ahead and putting it in there. A viewer named Jason recommended this. Very good idea, Jason. So we're going to go ahead and put it right out here.
It is 10 inches. It'll probably snow tonight. It's starting to snow right now, so I'm gonna guess we're gonna get about 7 more inches of snow.
All right, so next I'm on to making my homemade brownies here. And these are actually going to go inside of the wood stove. I'll show you guys how to do that. My homemade brownie mix has butter, organic sugar, eggs, flour, salt, and some cocoa powder. So that's how we do my brownies. We're going to mix these up. I just basically mix them in the pan because I find it makes no difference and saves me having to clean a bowl. All right, so that's mixed up pretty good here. I'm done mixing it up. Now the lid goes on. Now let's check the fire. All right, so let's take a look inside of the wood stove here. Now when we are looking to do some baking inside of here, we want all the wood to be burned down. So it's not quite ready yet. So I'm going to be moving the wood around a little bit. To try and get that to burn up a little faster. Once this piece of wood is pretty burned, then we'll have a nice bed of coals. So we'll let this burn up a little bit more. So I'm going to shut this back up. All right, so we've let the coals burn down enough where we feel like it's time to put the brownies in. So we'll show you how we do that with our bricks. So what Jeff's doing here is he's got 2 fire bricks, right, hon?
Yes.
And he's going to put them up on the tall edge so the brownies aren't so low to the coals.
I would say they're 3 inches above the coals.
Nice. All right, so let's put the brownies in. There you go. We'll check them in about 30 minutes and see what they look like. All right, guys, we've taken the brownies out and they're slightly underdone, but so we're going to finish them off on the top of the wood stove here. It shouldn't take too long. Sometimes that happens. The coals just kind of run out, and so we got to give it a little bit more of a final cook. So that's what we're doing, but it should be about 5-10 minutes, and we're going to enjoy our brownies. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching us. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.